So the passing away or death of these persons who were along with the Messiah's journey early on gives the Synagogue of Satan the leeway to rewrite history, because these persons are no longer alive to be consulted about the lies attached to their names. So they cannot defend themselves, obviously, because they're not here. But notwithstanding, they can be defended through the correct interpretation of the messianic prophecies. Because if you're walking with the Messiah, you're part of the prophecies that he must fulfill. So they had a role in fulfilling some aspects of the messianic prophecies along with the Messiah, whether they be relatives of his, believers, or associates. And this Messiah we're talking about is the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. So the false witnesses and the so-called experts on the Nation of Islam are eagerly waiting for the Honorable Louis Farrakhan to not be in a position to defend himself against the slander that is hurled against him with great velocity. I don't know if any of you have played baseball. Early in my life, I did play in a league. And when you're standing up for bat and you see that fastball come, you can be amazed at the velocity that thing is moving. They clock some of them fastballs, 90 miles an hour and more. Well, that's what's coming in their attack against the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Their aim is to treat the Nation of Islam as a thing that can be examined, analyzed, and explained from an academic, social, or religious perspective. That's part of the modus operandi. Let's create it, let's make it a thing. Then we can become experts on the thing. Well, what is the Nation of Islam? You can't make it up. You can't make up what it is. You can try, but we already know what it is. Is it a thing? Furthermore, can the perceived organization of men and women, believers, registered Muslims, striving to support the Messiah in his mission, be considered the Nation of Islam in its real and full manifestation? Absolutely not. According to Master Fard Muhammad, the finder and redeemer of Abraham's lost people, the black people of the Western Hemisphere, the Nation of Islam is beyond the comprehension, well beyond the comprehension of Yaqub's grafted devils, the Caucasian people, even those with so-called academic degrees from universities. In the supreme wisdom in the lesson called the student enrollment, that anyone aspiring to become a registered Muslim must recite in order to be on a roll as one. The question is asked in that lesson, what is the birth record of the said Nation of Islam? And the answer is the said Nation of Islam has no birth record. It has no beginning nor ending. In other words, it's eternal. So first, the phrase the said Nation of Islam is used because Master Fard Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad also used terms such as the Black Nation and the original nation in exchange for the Nation of Islam. So these terms all mean the same: Nation of Islam, original nation, Black nation, original people. We are further taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that the original people's histories go back beyond 76 trillion years. And that for the last 66 trillion years, the holy wise scientists of the original people we have written our histories in 25,000 year cycles of time. Now I know what the Caucasian people say, the earth is only 1 billion and something years old. They wouldn't even know, and the Holy Quran even tells us, don't even listen to them because they don't even know their own beginning. But we know it. You were grafted from Yaqub's. You were grafted from the original people through the effort of Yaqub. Why don't you teach that? So how can so-called academic experts from the meager world of Yaqub's grafted devils be experts on the eternal nation of Islam, the black nation, the original people? They can't and they are not. So the gist of the research in literature from these half-learned demons with academic degrees who consider themselves experts on the nation of Islam is really confined to documenting the Messiah's journey in his mission to reform a spiritually and morally dead people, made that way through 400 years under a beast-like people whom these so-called experts represent. And all the while, the Messiah has contended, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, with the constant annoyances of the Synagogue of Satan in its devilish people who are absolute rebels against Allah and all things righteous. So they have no credibility except in the minds of dumb Negroes and people that think like them.